everybody, it's Miasma, and it's really hot here, so my energy level is a little low. But I'm going to be doing my 69 subscriber special Q&A. Yay! Funny, huh? 69. I actually recently hit 70 subscribers. Thank you very much. So if one person could just unsub, that way this video is more accurate, that would be great. Thank you. But just kidding. Thank you all so much if you are subbed to me. If not, hit that sub button down below real quick. But when I first started this channel, on a serious note, I thought at most I'd get like 30 people that actually care. This is, not my first venture into YouTube, but the first one that I've actually like put more of my heart and soul into. And I'm so glad. Gyre Media is coming up on about 2 years of actually putting up videos, and it's been more fun than I ever imagined. And I have you guys to thank for that. I've actually formulated a little bit of a community and joined other communities as well to actually talk about stuff that I'm passionate about. So that's going to end the serious note of this, because these questions from Discord and other... Yeah, these questions from Discord, I limited to 3 per person, because I knew I wasn't going to get a shit ton of responses to this, and you could tell how much people actually took this seriously. So we're going to start with Rob the Jotaku, a.k.a. Anageddon, and he has a channel on YouTube that you should check out. He has a couple videos on his channel that are pretty good, and he talks about anime, and he's a knowledgeable guy, and I wish he would make some more videos, Rob. I know you're watching. Make some videos, damn it. He has his first 2 questions are kind of tied together here. He asks, okay, so when will you learn to have better taste in games, and when will you learn to play more than just Overwatch? That kind of sounds like the same question twice, and it sounds like you don't like Overwatch, which I feel bad for you, because Overwatch is the greatest game that I've ever played when it's going well. When it's going shittily, it's not fun. But I love Overwatch. I don't consider myself a big gamer, and I know this is anime gaming and tech channel, but I tend to play very few games, but the ones that I do I'm very passionate about. I'm a big fan of Pokemon. I've played pretty much every generation of Pokemon by now. I've had to catch up because, and I'll do a whole BS podcast about this at some point. My relationship with video games is very odd, I think it's compared to most people. I didn't really play any video games until very late middle school or like early high school. And even then it was like Game Boy Advance and like the first Xbox, and it was like maybe like a handful of games. But I guess I like shooters typically, because the first game I was really into, the first series, was Halo. And I really loved Halo back in the day. And I liked just the idea of getting online and like shooting people and beating people, killing them more than they kill you. I'm a competitive guy, and Overwatch is a competitive game. It is PvP only. So yeah, I don't know. I really like it. However, it's also a team-based game. So yeah, unless you're insanely good at the game, you're not going to be able to carry. And I'm a support class player, so I like to heal people typically. And so yeah, while I'm not a big gamer, I play a fuck ton of Overwatch. It's my favorite game, and I guess I'm going to continue to play it and just piss you off. But maybe someday I'll play other games, but I highly doubt it. And why? He also asks, why must you be red and brown? I guess he is referring to my hair and the hair on my head and the hair on my face. I don't know. My dad is the same way. He can't grow a beard like I can, but he has like a goatee. And it's kind of the same color scheme. My beard is a little more red than his. But I don't know. It's just how it works, I guess. I'm Irish, partially. I'm also like everything else, so I can't really just say, oh, it's because I'm Irish. But yeah, I don't know. I've always had like brown, dark brown, blackish hair, and then when I was able to grow facial hair, it came in red. I'm sorry if that let you down. Light Lelouch asks, Miasma, why did you sleep with the underage girl Hinako? He's referring to my review of Hinako, Sleeping with Hinako, which is one of the worst OVAs of all time. Because Warpbait made me. Warpbait asked me to, so you have him to blame. When will your beard achieve Super Saiyan status? A long time ago it did. I don't do it on camera because the blinding yellow light and the wind, the random like winds of energy that it creates would ruin the video quality. And we all know how I am on my video quality. It's too high a standard to be doing that on camera. What anime would you like to see more people rip apart? Ooh, man. I'm not a big fan of Trigun. I think it's like really overrated. Akira. I'm gonna have multiple answers to this. This is kind of just stuff I think is kind of overrated. But I guess like I don't think Akira really deserves to be like ripped apart. I guess I would say Trigun. Although I'm not a huge fan of people ripping apart anime in general. I always talk about I'm a pretty positive guy. I don't do like videos and stuff like that to shit on things. I'm more of a praising kind of critic, I suppose. But I guess Trigun, if I had to say something, just because Trigun kind of pissed me off because I went into it with like crazy high expectations, and some people on the internet say it's like one of the 5 anime that you should watch before you die, and I really question that because I don't think it's that good. Let me find some more questions. From Warpbait. What is the worst anime you have ever seen? Wow, this is a good like back-to-back. The worst anime I've ever seen. Hold on, I actually have to look up the name of this on Mal, because it's something that I watched with Bob Samurai, and I don't remember the title. It was a really short like OVA thing. And it was just like we were watching like several like crappy things together. Once I see it, I'll know. But it was just really generic OVA. I mean, I could say Trigun and just be a troll because I said Trigun before. And I could say like other shit that's like really I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I just like dropped. I mean, Chimera is really bad. That's like a really weird movie about like this like gender bending alien thing. Oh my god, this is gonna bother the shit out of me if I can't find this. Spectral Force, okay? Spectral Force is a 2-episode like OVA thing that is like the most like generic but confusing like fantasy story I've ever seen. It throws you in the I don't know if it might have been based on like a game or something, but the entire time it treats it like the story treats itself as if you're supposed to like know more than you do, and it's just really confusing. And we watched the dub, and like the dub is so bad, and like some of the characters like voices change from like episode 1 to 2. Like they definitely use like a different actor, and the lines definitely weren't directed very well. It sounds like everything, all the bad shit that people say about Garzy's Wing. I have not seen that, and I feel like I could apply it to Spectral Force. And the animation's really bad too. The story doesn't make any sense. The characters aren't likable. The animation's really bad, and the voice acting's really bad. So I gave Spectral Force a 1 out of 10. Super Kid is also like really, really bad. Sorry that took forever, but I had to mention what I actually thought was the worst. Favorite non-anime show or movie. Some people I guess wouldn't count Avatar. If you don't count Avatar as anime, I guess I would say Avatar. I'm really enjoying Ruby right now, but I guess you mean like live action. I don't watch a lot of live action stuff, I'll be honest with you. I tend to be a fan of like kind of like monster-y kind of stuff. When I was a kid, I was really into Starship Troopers. It came out when I was like 5, and I saw it I think when I was like 8. And I've seen that movie a bunch of times. And when I was a kid, I liked it just because of its like gore and stuff like that. I know it's weird to say, but I have a weird upbringing. I was really into Starship Troopers, and that was like my favorite movie for like a long time. I'm also a big fan of Peter Jackson's King Kong. A lot of people like shit on that movie, and I thought it was a really cool like adaptation, and it was another cool like monster movie. Um, but yeah, aside from that, I'm not really into a ton of like live action stuff unless it's like I like documentaries, like I like Food Inc. Um, and I like a lot of like 30 for 30 like sports documentaries. Um, but in terms of like actual like live action stuff, I'm not usually a big fan. For some reason, it doesn't captivate me as much as like anime stuff. Um, what else did he say? If you could have one anime power, what would it be and why? That's a good one too. I would say if you're saying it's a specific like if it's a power that already exists, the big Magnum from Scryed. No, just kidding. That's the best name power of all time. The Gios would be pretty cool. But if I could just, or I guess the Miasma from Naraku would be fitting, I guess, for me. But if I were to make up the anime version of myself that I always make up, the power that I always would have is dealing with like poisons and dealing with like toxins and stuff like that, and being able to kind of like Smoke from Mortal Kombat. Like I would love to be able to like turn myself into like poison vapor to like deal with my enemies, and then like I can come back together into like a human form, and I can like pass through bars and walls and air vents and stuff like that, and just come out on the other side, or like just be able to like manipulate gas. Like maybe if I can just like turn my arm into it, poison a bunch of guys in a room, they all collapse or whatever, and then I just bring it back into my arm. That's always like the power that I make up in my head. Or like if I dealt with like weaponry, it would be like dipped in poison or something like that. Something there's a central theme here as the power that I would really like. But in terms of powers that like do exist, the Gios is pretty cool. Invisibility, I think, is really really nice. So I guess the Invisible Girl from My Hero Academia, just because I think invisibility is very practical. So good questions, Ward. The J Chip from the J Chip Show, as I like to refer to him. By the way, we do a Segoy Boys live podcast every Sunday at 9 p.m. here on my channel, so please watch that. It's me, J Chip, and the Art of Anime. Quick plug. The most badass anime Blu-ray or DVD in your collection. And I actually brought this to my table for that very question. I'm going to say the Neon Genesis Evangelion The Perfect Collection is probably my, like, I consider it, like, the most badass because it's a really cool looking box. And it was really expensive when I bought it. Not as expensive as the Platinum Edition. But I didn't have enough money for that. And I remember I bought that and the End of Eva and spent, like, a lot of money at once because I really love Evangelion and I wanted to have it. But yeah, I'd say that's my favorite box. I'm getting... stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a anime haul video pretty soon, where I'm going to be getting another really cool anime box, but probably not as cool as that one. Have I played the Gungrave PlayStation 2 game? Because he knows I'm a huge Gungrave fan. I have not. I never owned a PS2, and I know you don't. There's other ways nowadays of playing PlayStation 2 games, but I know I have never played it. I have some interest in it, but I'm not. Again, I'm not a huge gamer, and I'm not. I don't really. I've never pirated games before, at least not in like a long time. So like, maybe if it was on Steam or something, but I don't know. I don't think I would. But there is some interest. You know, I'd like to watch somebody play it. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe you should play it, J Chip, and I'll watch you. Will I review more anime films? Yeah. I feel like anime films are... If you're going to review anime, films are easier because you can watch them quicker and get a higher volume of videos out. I have a tendency to keep picking like long-running shows that I'm watching. So it takes me forever to make videos. Just by the way I watch stuff, and I'm not a huge binge guy. But I will do some more films. As to what, I don't know, but I do like reviewing films, so I guess yes. Art of Anime asks, will your beard ever have its own anime OP? Maybe. If it did, it would be two artists, or no, maybe three. It would be a mismatch. It would be a really long OP. It would be a mismatch between Egoist and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and Mami Kawada. My three favorite, like, anime music people. Maybe, like, the background of it being done by Kaoru Wada, because he does, like, the best soundtracks. If so, what kind of anime would it be? It would be an action romance, because that's the best. And it would be back in, like, the feudal era of Japan. I would be transported there, and I would have cool poison powers, and I'd have a beard. And beards aren't very popular in Japan, so, like, all the girls would be like, "Oh, Sugoi!" If not, well, whatever. Fuck it. List your dream harem. Well, Sango from Inuyasha is best girl, but I'll give you three. So I'll just do three. So I'll take Sango from Inuyasha. I'll take Shura from Blue Exorcist. She's really hot. And then who am I gonna put at third? I put those two like pretty high up. Third. You know what? I'll put Coco from Jormungand. Coco Hekmetiar, just because she's loco, she's insane, and she'd protect me and keep me alive. What people inspired you, both good and bad? I mean, I guess in terms of, like, just making videos, Bob Samurai is a really cool guy. Black Critic Guy is really cool. You're really cool, Art of Anime, but I've only recently, been talking to you. But getting into videos, it was mostly Bob and BCG. I used to watch, like, Glass Reflection and Digibro more often than I do now. But I guess in terms of, like, life, my dad is pretty big inspiration. He's worked hard, like, his entire life, and he's super into his family and accepting of, like, pretty much what everybody does, and he's a genuinely nice guy. And when he, like, discovered that I was, like, what, like, anime was and stuff like that, he was never like, "Oh man, what's that weird stuff my kid's into?" It was more like, "Oh, why is my kid into this? I want to see why." And I wish I could be like that with my kids in the future and stuff. So I'd say he's pretty inspirational. I guess. But yeah, I think that's it for the questions. I'm gonna do this video. I'll do another Q&A maybe at like 100 subs or something like that. I'll do a bigger announcement then, if that ever happens. But yeah, thank you guys for A, subscribing, B, watching this video, C, being around Gyre Media, and for all of this, because it's therapeutic to make this kind of stuff, to talk about what I want to talk about and have people actually give a fuck, or comment about how they don't give a fuck and how I should die. We're still waiting on those comments. Excuse me, but yeah. This is as always, guys, this is Miasma from Gyre Media, signing out.